Dear students, welcome to Object-Oriented Programming using Java. This is V.S. Kumar, Department of Computer Science, Acha Degree College, Kakinada. In the last section, I explained jumping statements. There are two jumping statements that will be break and continue. As you know already, here the break and continue, that two keywords must be used inside looping statements, because we create a loop to execute specific number of statements particular number of times. When we are executing a loop, in the middle of the loop I get my answer. That means the intention of my loop is fulfilled. That means instead of continue the loop, I want to come out. In this case, basically we create a loop for 1000 times so that it will execute 1000 times. But in the middle, whatever the result I expected, I get that result. In that moment, instead of simply executing the loop, no use. That's why I want to come out. This process of in the middle of the loop coming out, or in the middle of the loop, I want to skip some statements and going back to the starting portion of the loop is possible with the help of jumping statements. So, they skip your loop or they continue your loop. That is the concept of jumping statements. So, here there will be break and continue. Both are useful. Both are useful statements. But according to the situation, you may use break or continue. Now, I will give you a simple introduction about break and continue to you. Now, see this break. When break is useful. So, the break statement is widely used with for loop, while loop and do while loop. That is common thing. When the compiler encounters a break statement, whenever computer identifies this break statement, the control passes to the statement that follows the loop in which the break statement appears. The control passes to the statement that follows the loop. For example, this is my loop. After loop there will be some statements. So, whenever the break statement encounters it, the control passes to the statement that follows the loop. After loop, what are the statements are there? The following statement. So that it passes to that statement. That means simply it will quit from this loop, not from program. It comes out from this loop body. So the control passes to the statement that follows the loop in which the break statement appears. This is the way how you are going to use break. When you require this break, for example, in the middle of the loop, you get your answer. For example, your result is calculated. In that moment, instead of going back to while, we are coming out. This approach we call it as the break. Okay. Now, coming to continue. Now coming to the continue. Like break statement, we are writing continue within the same body, the same while loop or do while loop or for loop. But the position is different. The position means the way it is going into the outside the loop or going into the loop is going to change. So now in continue, what happens? Continue is a keyword used for continuing the next iteration of the loop. It means it won't come out. Instead, it will go to the next iteration. Next iteration means going back to while. That is this concept. In contrast to break, the continue statement does not exit from the loop. The purpose of break comes out from the loop, but continue, it will not leave the loop, but transfers the control to the testing expression, that is while, do while, and to updating expression for. Instead of going out, the continue statement will go back to testing expression. This is called testing expression. It will go back to testing expression, whether it is a while or in do while. In the do while, the testing expression is in the bottom, so it will go to the testing expression, so that it will continue again for second time. Or in case of for, in the for there will be three parts: initialization, condition, increment. It will go to the increment part. So that is the concept. So the continue statement does not exist from the loop, but transfers the control to the testing expression, that is while, do while, and to the updating expression. This is what is called break and continue. This is common thing. What you know in C language, the same thing is repeating here. But when we come to the Java, there is one more concept in the subject of break and continue. What is the topic? See this. Java labeled break and continue. This is the new one, not supported in C language. This is especially for Java. We simply say it as labeled loops. The same topic we call it as labeled loops. Labeled loops. What is meant by labeled loop? So the purpose of labeled loop is basically when you are using break statement, it comes out from that loop to outside. It comes out from the outside, from the loop. But according to the way we are using the loops, the action of the break is going to change. For suppose a small example, I am having nested for loops. See clearly, what is nested for? You know nested if. When a if statement contains another if statement is called nested if. What is nested loops? When a for statement contains another for is called nested loop, or say nested for. When a while statement contains another while is called nested while. When a do while contains another do while, nested do while. We simply say it as nested loops. A nested loop means a loop contains another loop, is called nested loops. Loops you already know, for, while, do, while. Now assume here there is a for and there is another for. There are two for statements, or you may write any number of for statements. This is outer for, this is inner for. The execution will be different. When we come to the nested for loops, the execution will be different, because when outside I is 1, assume that at the beginning the I value is 1, then the inner loop will be executed up to the status of false. It executes until the condition is false. It means when I value is 1, the inner loop starts from initial value and it is up to end of the value. It will continuously run. When I value 1, j value runs from 1 to end of the condition. Once it is okay, again it will go back to outer for. When the I value is 2, again inner loop starts from 1 until end of the loop. It will execute. So again once it is over, again go back. When I value is 3, again inner loop starts from 1 until end of the loop. Again when it is going to 4, so again inner loop starts from 1 to end of the for. That means whenever the outer value, outer variable, outer for increments, the inner loop executes from 1 to until the condition is false. Again when it is going up, outer loop once increments 1, that means I value 2, the inner loop starts again from 1 to until the condition is false. That means as long as outer loop increments, the inner loop continuously executes a block of statements until the condition is false. Again outer loop increments 1, inner loop again until the condition is false. So that when in this case when I value 1, now j value starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to false. When I value 2, again j value starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 false. This is the order. This is called nested for loop. In some situations you will know how you are going to use nested for loops. In the programming section I will give you. Okay. Now coming to the concept. What is the meaning of labels? What is the meaning of label loops? What is the purpose of a label? For example, by default, assume there are two for loops, that is nested for loops. Inside for loop, I given a break statement. What will happen? The nature of the break is it comes out from the loop, from that loop, not totally from all for loops. So where I use break, that is in inner for. So that break statement allows you to throw outside of inner loop, outside from inner loop. That means here break is used inside inner for loop, where once the break is encountered, it comes out from inner loop to the next statement after inner loop. Whereas if you write break statement, so okay, leave this statement break. I am writing break here in first loop. That means inner loop is as usual, but in the outer loop I use the word break. This means here the purpose of break is it will skip that loop where break is available in the outer for. So that whenever system comes to this break, it comes out from outer loop. That means the rest of the statements after outer loop will be executed. So in whatever the place you place a break statement, that loop statement is exit from the system. From that loop it comes out. From that loop it comes out to the next line after the loop. But here when you are writing break in inner for loop, it will skip the inner for loop and continues to the outer for loop. Whereas when you are using break in outer for loop, it will skip it and comes out to the rest of the statements. This is the actual model. But in some situations we may change. For example, in some situations I want to skip two loops. Take an example. So in this context, I am writing break. It simply skips the inner for loop, but I am writing break AA. Here break after I am writing a word, a name. This is called a label address. It is the label where you want to break, from which part you want to break. That means where you mention AA anywhere. A anywhere. That means not in the beginning of the main, not within that loop statement you may write AA anywhere. For example, I am writing AA in this place, outside of the for. It means the outer loop as usual, if the condition is true, it allows you to inner for loop. In the inner for loop, I use the word break AA. Where AA is available? AA is available outside of this for loop, outside of the for loop. So that this AA will take you the execution to AA label. It will go to the particular label, that is AA. Here AA is available outside of this first statement, outside of this first statement, so that it comes out automatically. So that it comes out automatically. In previous case, if you are not defining label, it just skips only inner for loop. It skips only inner for loop, so that it will continue to the next statement after inner for loop. But its meaning is, in some situation, I want to totally come out from this all the first statements. From all first statement I want to come out. Then I am writing break AA, or you may write AA here also, no problem. That means I am mentioning that AA outside of this for, whether it will be a top or bottom. So where AA is available, where AA is available here, so that execution will go to AA, from that place it will stop. Okay. When it is useful, assume a for loop contains another for loop, again another for loop, another for loop. There are 4 for loops are there, nested for loops. From inside, I want to break to second for loop. That means basically when you are writing break in inner for loop, that inner for loop will break. But thing is, I want to go back to third for loop. Then where you are going to mention this label in the third for loop, so that it will go to that place. That is the subject of this break. Okay, we'll see it now. In the case of nested loops, I told you already, when a while statement contains another while, or when for statement contains another for. Assume there are 10 different for statements. That means nested for statements. In a situation, I want to come out from specific for statement. I want to exit, or I want to break from inner for loop to where I want to go back to third for loop. That means above second for loop I want to go, or I want to go back to first for loop, or I want to go back to third for loop. Of course, third for loop is not required, because once the fourth for loop, when you are going to mention a break in fourth for loop, it automatically comes to the third for loop. No need to write label. If you want to go to second for loop, then you require label. If you want to go back to first for loop, then you require label. Like here also, in the case of nested loops, to break and continue a particular loop, we should go for labeled breaks and continuous statements. So when you are writing a single for statement, no need to worry regarding labels. Simply break and continue. When you are using more number of breaks, then this topic is important. The Java label loops allows transferring to a particular line or statement, where the particular line or statement are called labels. Okay. So see this example. This is my class. This is my main. I want to create a loop for 100 times. That is, for I value 1, I will assert 100 I plus plus. Okay. This is our first statement. Okay. This is our first statement. So here I am printing a small message called outer. Once the system coming to this for loop, it is going to show you outer. Inside there is another for loop. This is a nested for loop, because this is the outer for, inner for. When a for statement contains another for, it is called inner for. Okay, nested for statement. In the nested for statement, here the I value is 1, here I value is 1, I value 1, here j value will be 1, j value will be 1. So that condition is to come to the second line. Here it is going to print a message nested, because this message given from second for statement. Then come to the next one. Is it j equal to 2? No, because j is 1. So condition is false. So that it will jump this, it will not enter into the break block. So that again it will go back where j value will be 2. Come down, it will print another word nested. Second time. Now come down. What is j value? Is it j value 2? Yes, j value 2. What I am writing? Break. Observe it. This will exit from inner for loop only. Without label, if you are writing break, it means the inner for loop will skip. And system will go back to outer for, so that I value will be 2. Okay. This is break. When you are using break, this will exit from inner for loop. But I want to explain regarding labeled break. I am writing break out. What will happen? This will exit from both for loops. So where is out? Out I mentioned here. This is label. Out I mentioned here. This means break. I want to break. Break means without writing out, that inner for loop will exit. But the thing is, you are writing out, but especially out I written here in the first for loop. Whether you may write out in a special line or including with for, but there must be colon. Out should be recorded like this. So what happens? It will break outer for loop. When you break outer for loop, it means it comes out from this entire program. Because in case above this outer for loop, there is one more for loop is there. Again, system will start from outer for loop, the very first outer for loop. But in the above for loop, there is no other for loops are not there. So that's why it will skip completely this body. It will completely skip this body comes out. That is the logic of this break. So that when this break is useful, assume I told you there is a for loop, assume there is a for loop, inside there is another 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 for loop. This is nested for loop. More number of for loops are there. For example, if I am going to write break here, what happened? Simply from this inner for loop, it will go out to the next line. That means simply it will skip this following block of statements and then it will continue to the next statement immediately following that inner for loop. That is break. In case break AA, if I am writing AA is a label. Where I am writing AA? I am writing AA here. I am writing AA here. It means after AA, what are the loops are there? This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. That means it will skip this following. Break AA means go to this spot. Go to that spot. That means AA followed what will be there? 3 loops are there. All 3 loops will skip and the execution will go to this spot. So means outside of this third for loop, from inner side outside of the third for loop. So it will come there. From this place there is another for is there, so that from this place it will go to the above. Okay. From this place again going inside and then going in another for loop, again another for loop, break AA. That means it will go to outer for loop. From that place it will go out. In case if I am writing I am writing break AA, where I am writing AA? In this place I am writing AA. That means once the system will come in the inner for loop, I am asking you to break up to AA. Up to AA means what will be there? AA after what will be there? This complete set. This is one for loop, inside there is another for loop, inside another for loop, inside another for loop. All these 1, 2, 3, 4 loops will skip and the execution comes to very first for loop, so that execution will go back to for, it increments and again it will come into the second for loop, third for loop, fourth, fifth for loop. In case break AA is there, again we skip this all this for statement and it will go to this inner for loop. So the advantage of the labeled breaks, you may see it when so many number of for statements are there. From one of the for you want to go to the other for statement. That means, or if you want to leave some group of for statements at a time, then in that moment it will be more helpful. So simply this is not important. Break out, where out I mentioned this one. So thus the entire body will skip. All these for statement will skip and execution will going out. This is what is the subject called Java labeled breaks. So here you are going to mention a label like this. You may write in a separate line like this. Or just space problem. That's why I mentioned out colon for statement. Or you may write in a separate line, that is out. You may write like this. So this is what is called it as labeled break. Okay. Now we'll see continue. Like label breaks, there will be a label continue. Whether it is a label break or label continue, remember one thing, there is a label and you need to place a label in particular place. If you are working with one for loop, There is no need to learn, no need to use labeled for break or labeled continue. Even if you are using 2 for loops, here also it is not required to use labeled break, labeled continue, because in once the inner loop skip, it will go to outer loop. If you want to skip all for loops or selected for loops, of course selected for loops must be in a linear order. So in that moment this label is useful. What is continue? In the continue also, what I mentioned, this is my class, this is my main program, main method, and here you may see it. There is a for statement. Here there is the outer for. This is outer for. You may write these 3 closing braces one after another, or you may write it one after another. Okay. So here there is another for loop. You may see here, and there is if statement. In this context, at first this is a label I mentioned. In a separate line I mentioned label. Now initially I value will be 1. I value 1. So it will go into the loop, because I less than 100, condition is true, it will print a message outer. Then come to the second line. Here into J1, J less than 100, I mentioned J is 1. Come to the next line. It is going to show you the message like previous one, nested. Come to the next one. Is it J equal to 2? No, J is just 1. So that it will skip this if, and then it will go back to for, inner for. Without finishing the inner for, system never go back to above for. That is the purpose of nested loops, nested for. Prepare well what the concept of nested for. Okay. So it will go there where J value will be 2. J value will be 2. Then it will come into the body where it is going to print another time nested. Now come now. Is it J equal to 2? Yes. Now what I am writing? Continue. Without label continue, what happens? It will skip this inner for loop. It will skip this inner for loop and going to outer for. So, sorry. What is the purpose of continue? The purpose of continue is from this place immediately it will go to inner for testing expression place, that is increment value, updating value. So the continue means instead of come out, the continue will go up to updating value, where I value will be 3, again come down, it will print nested another time. Is it J equal to 2? No, wrong. So that it will go back to inner for. That means what happens when you are writing only continue? This will skip second J equal to 2 iteration of inner for loop only. That means just to whatever the rest of the lines are there, it will skip the rest of the lines here. So continue means whatever the rest of the lines are there, it will skip the rest of the lines, it will take the execution to inner for loop. This will skip second J equal to 2 iteration of inner for loop only. That means it will go back to inner for loop. So again inner for loop J value will be 3, it will be nested. If J equal to 2, no, so the loop will be carried. But I don't want to explain continue, because continue will take you that loop beginning. But I want to explain continue out. What is the meaning of continue out? Instead of continue, write it down, continue out. I already mentioned out is here. This will skip current iteration of the both for loops. That is the meaning of continue. Continue means I am asking you to continue out. Where is out? When out is here, it definitely will go to first for loop. But I am writing out on the top, so that it will jump directly to out. Not in the place of updating expression, it is going out. That means it will skip this for loop and then going out. So in the previous case, break is also doing the same, continue also doing the same. If you want to find the difference between labeled break and continue, the only thing is you have to write 3 or 4 loops. where you are going to use a continue or break label inside utmost lower for loop. What will happen? Check it. I again rewrite the same break or continue in the third for loop. What will happen? Then write it to second for loop, then write it to first for loop. Then you will get automatically how you are going to skip some for statements or some looping statements. That is the important case in this following jumping statement, that is break and continue, especially in Java. Because as usual, we will write like this. For example, I told you this is a for loop, this is another for loop, this is another for loop, this is another for loop. Here I am writing continue. What will happen when you are writing continue? Continue will stop the rest of the lines in the inner loop. It will go to the beginning of the 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth for loop. Because continue, I am writing continue in the fourth for loop, so it will go directly to fourth for loop. That is its job. By default, the continue action will be like that. In case if you are writing like this, continue AA, where I am writing AA. For example, I am writing AA here. Where I am writing AA. The meaning of this continue is, instead of going upwards, it will go directly to AA. So here the AA label is available in the third for loop, that is it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, it is 4. So AA is there, so that from this place it will go to third. From third again it will go into 4. In the fourth there is continue AA. In case if the same AA I am mentioning, in this following place. In this following place. What will happen? Continue here, AA is here. So from this place it will go to AA. This block, this place belongs to this second for loop. So that it will go directly to second for loop increment value. From that place it will come to third, from 4 again going down. This will be going on. In case if you are going to write like this, I am writing AA here. What will happen? Once the continue AA comes, the AA continue will send the execution to AA. You may write this AA here also or in the top also, both will be the same. That means above the AA there is no for loop. Above the AA there is no for loop. So that is coming down and then the rest of the statements will be executed. So this will skip current iteration of both for loop. Both for loops. In this context, it will skip current iteration of all for loops. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. All for loops it will skip and comes out. This is what is called it as label break and label continue. So this is the concept. So dear students, this is the topic relating to control statements. Remember one thing, why control statements? Control statements are used to control the flow of the execution. Always the program execution starts from first line, it will go to second line. Just take an example, it will come to the first line, it will go to second line, it will go to third line, fourth line, fifth line, sixth line, seventh line, eighth line. Again the eighth line it will go back to for, again it will falling down. Always execution is going on one after another. But in some situations I need to perform some actions. The action means I want to skip a loop. That means I want to execute a selected block among two blocks, that is if statement. Or in some situation I want to select one alternative among 6 or 7 alternatives, then you go for switch. Or in some situations I want to execute selected statements, 3 or 4 statements repeatedly for 100 times, then you require looping statements. That is especially while, do while and for. In some situations when I am running my loop, in the middle of the loop I want to come out. Then I am going to use break. In some situations in the middle of the loop I want to go back to the first position of the starting place of the loop, then you are going to use continue. Or when I am using more number of for statements in the nested manner, I want to skip 3 for loops, I want to go before for loop. This is called label. Such a way we are changing the direction. Why we are changing the direction? Because I am developing a problem, I am writing a solution for a problem. Further solution, I don't want to execute this following 3 for loop. When continue is going to execute, I don't want to execute the following for statements. Instead I want to execution from this first for loop. The situation comes, you are going to use this construction. So this is what is called it as break and continue. Okay. Dear students, this is your today's section, that is the continuation of break and continue. Especially we say this concept is called it as labeled loops, or we are going to use labels when you are using break and continue. Okay. Prepare well and identify the situation where you require this break and continue with labels, because once you start practicing more number of programs, you will know automatically the situation where you are going to use these words, because we are going to see a dictionary. In the dictionary where you are going to see lakhs of words, but there must be a situation where you are going to use that word. That situation definitely will come when you start reading a newspaper or some other magazine. You will get such type of words automatically, then you will understand its meaning. Like here also you are learning different types of control statements, but the thing, it comes definitely the situation where you require the label break or only break, or a labeled continue or ordinary continue. In the place where for is useful, while is useful, do while is useful, if is useful, block if is useful, nested if is useful, everything will come into this place. So that is going to give you some experience. Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Aditya, rising to new origin.